Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and it's been a while since I've done a video, but trust me, I had been very busy because this is the time when my students have to, it's kind of a their semester end sort of thing. So I had to be, I was swamped with um, work, so I couldn't film this video before, but I had in the meantime finished these two journals a few days back, just 2 3 days back. So this is my design team project for Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Now if you have not seen my previous video, then I will put the link to that previous video in the description box, and you can see what I'm talking about. So this was my guest design team project. I have done quite a few of her design team projects as a guest designer. So this is one of those. So I have used the kit which is called Manor House Garden, and Manor House Garden is such a kit that it comes with a quite a few pages, tags, journal cards, pockets and stuff like that. And it also comes with two more kits. These were older kits of hers, and Debbie Ann, the owner of Ephemera's Vintage Garden, she has clubbed them together. What a great deal it is, because you get her Enchanted Rose collection as well as the I think that's the beautiful blossoms, and there are quite a few older kits that she has put in together in this Manor House Garden kit. So it's available on Etsy, and it's also available on her website. And if you're buying from her website, I guess it's a little bit cheaper. So if you are interested, you can visit her website. And also another reason I will tell you to visit her website is because she has a lot of freebies there, and I have used those freebies here, and you will see how pretty they are. They should be they are created in such a way that they pretty well go with the kits that she has. So it's not any particular kit, but the style that she has, it sort of blends into that, and I have tried to do that. I have used quite a lot of her freebies, and I will talk about those as I go through them. So I have created two journals because I don't know, there's something about me and duos. I like to work twos, so but they are totally different. Like uh, the styles are totally different. This is a smaller kind of journal. This is extremely pretty and lots of petticoat laces, as Mrs. Cog says, and I like to add those, and they add so much to your journal. And this is a kind of a layered journal. This is altered envelope style, and what I've done is I've used quite a few envelopes. I've just folded them in a symmetrical way so that they kind of have this waterfall effect. So and that waterfall effect has been enhanced by the usage of laces, and also the ephemera that I put in has lace, so it automatically extends the journal lengthwise as well as height wise. So I have all the details written down so that I don't mess up. um, so typical of me. So I'm going to talk about the sizes and stuff like that. Just a second, let me get my notes and I'll be good to go. Okay. So we're going to look at this small journal first, and then we're going to go through this. This is a little bit bigger, but the concept behind them is same. Lots of layering, lots of laces, and this is a very small size. And as I said, I've used the Manor House Garden kit. It also comes with Enchanted Rose, Shabby Rose, and Beautiful Blossoms kit, I guess. And it's quite a big bundle. You can use a lot of things, and honestly, I did not print out everything because I knew I would not be using them up right away, so I didn't. But you can obviously go ahead and print them out. So this is a basically altered envelope layered journal, quite a mouthful. Um, and the cover, let me take, this is tied with an organza ribbon, and the cover, isn't she a delightful beauty? So I have named these two as the Precious Sisters. Um, because somebody Susan, if you know her, she's called she's Susan Taylor Brown. She loved this journal and these journals, and she called these precious beauties, and so I decided to call them Precious Sisters. So this is a younger sister, you can say, and what I've done is I have used crackle effect on this medallion sort of thing that came in the Manor House Garden kit, and also this one, butterfly. I have used glossy accent on this. This is, I think this is from the Enchanted Rose collection, I guess. I'm not sure about that. And I have layered a bunch of laces, as you can see. And the cover is, after using the paper, I have covered the entire thing in vellum. And here is a little removable charm with a hand mirror. I thought it's very befitting of the style, and it has this name, Enchanted Rose. The journals are addressed in the, they are addressed as Enchanted Rose and a Manor House Garden. So, so this is the, um, there is a pocket over here, and these are the tags that came with the kit. Okay, and it goes in here. So this is one envelope, and then at the back, this flip through is going to be pretty long, I think. What I've done is I've used some embossed paper to do some layering over here. I hope you can see it. It's like a script, and it sort of blends with this, and it went very well with the theme basically. So again, one of the tags, and this is a small side tuck. This is a page, so you can write over here. This is not totally a keepsake one, but there are some elements which you can say are very similar with keepsake journals. So this is again another envelope that I've used. It has a journal, file folder sort of card, and it goes in here with the tab peeking through, and here is some lace ruffle, a small beaded charm. Here, this is just a paper from the kit, and I've lined the back. I have not added pockets on all the pages, and again some stenciling I've done, and this scrap that I had of that scripty paper, embossed paper. And then this is another envelope, and what I did was I created a small tiny pocket also, so that I can put something in, and you can also see the image of that manor house sort of thing. Here I have, this is actually a cardstock, and it went very well with the color scheme. This is a pattern paper that I've used, and it was a very good opportunity. I don't get to use my pattern papers much. I do have quite a few. So this is like a triangular sort of pocket, and this is just a scrap from Tim Holtz paper. I thought it went very well with the colors. A music page, and I've used some rose gold paper clip. This is also an ephemera from the kit Manor House Garden. And on the other side, now this page, you can open this up or you can glue it. I have not done either. I have kept it closed, and this is actually a floating pocket. This came in the kit, and I've just added a tag to it so that it doesn't stay empty of sorts. So I am going to paper clip this. So it has around 24 pages. It's not a very huge journal, but that was the intention. It's going to be very handy, small keepsake sort of one, very delicate. Again, another envelope. Now this is a vintage lace that I've used, and here we have a pocket with a journal card. Now what I did was, when I was printing them, I reduced the size of the pages so that they turn into more journal cards, because I wanted to keep that intact, this theme running through. So I reduced the size. That's it. And on the other side, again, I've used some pattern paper, cardstock pattern paper, to create the pocket. And this is a tag from the pattern paper, the previous one that I've used two pattern papers in this journal. uh, Again, some stenciling, and this is the middle of the journal, and the middle has actually two hidden pockets. Like, uh, there's this page and I've lined it with lace, and then within the page and the the paper, there are two pockets, and here are the ephemera pieces that go in. So you just, this is actually a little bit, it has a little bit of hidden factor to it. Like, if you are not very careful, then you might not even notice it. But these ruffles, they stand out, so I've used that organza ribbon to create the ruffle. This is the back of the middle page. Again, some cardstock pattern paper, just some scraps that I had. And these papers went so well with the kit. Honestly, I never thought they would work out so well. Here what I've done is, as I said, I had reduced the size of the pages just so that I can use them in pockets and stuff like that. But this one, what I did was, I kept it as it is. I've inked it up, and it can be used as a journaling paper sort of thing. And this goes in here. So here is a tiny beaded charm. Now the charms are all removable. If you don't like them, you can obviously take it off. I have layered the lace, the leafy one and the flowery one, just to bring out this pinkish color. And here is the other side of the music page, some tag, and again the same floating pocket. On this side, what I did, I created a lace pocket, and I have added this journal card. As I said, these are actually pages that I have reduced to size. And this is another journal card that goes in, because this is actually another envelope. And on the other side, again, you have layered lace effect. This is one lace, and then there is this was actually a scrap from another lace, and I just used it up. So this was a tiny scrap. I thought I'd use it because I just didn't want to let it go, and I just made it into a tag, small journal card sort of thing. Okay, so that goes in here. Again, some stenciling. I have used 2 to 3 types of stencils. This page is also stenciled. Most of the pages are stenciled. This is another envelope, and here what I've done is, I've used that embossed paper. This is an image from the kit bundle that you get, and I've used this. This was a small journaling card. I've just torn the image around, and I've used it, and it looks so well, so put together sort of thing. Again, one of the pages that I have reduced in size. So that's that. Oh, and this one is a tea-dyed paper that I've embossed on. On the other side, I have another side pocket sort of thing, and look at this image. And here is a postcard that goes in here. Okay, so on the other side, we have the page where I've created this tag pocket with a little bit of cluster at the bottom. Now this tag is actually a freebie on the website of Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I'm going to put all the links down below. You can see, and she has this digi club sort of thing, so you get a bundle of images, quite a few images according to the plan you choose. And it's very, very, very suitable for your journal making process, because these are the resources that you get. So again, another mini file folder sort of thing, page end, and this is the back of the journal. Again, I've done some collage. So this is actually vellum covered, and then I have done these layering. Here there is a journal card. Again, I've used some embossed paper. This was an image in the kit, and I've used some embossed paper, and then I've used this tab, and this goes in here. This is only peeking through, and when I close this, this is the gorgeous part. This lace is just heavenly, trust me. And I didn't want to part with this, but then I found that this was just what I needed for the back pocket. So this is actually a pocket, and here is the journal card. And again, as I said, here is a little bit of embossed paper, and this is a journal card that came in the kit, and I loved this. And this also has that ruffle, so this goes in here pretty nicely. And the cover is actually cards, envelope. Then I've covered it with, because envelopes are not very sturdy, I have covered it with cardstock, and then I've covered it with the paper that I used from the kit, and then I covered it with vellum. Okay, so this has layers and layers of paper, and then either they are layered on with different scraps or with the the lace itself. And it is tied with the 2-hole stitch that I sometimes use, and it's I have used organza ribbon to tie the entire thing. It's pretty sturdy, it's not going anywhere, and the middle looks like this. So I have all the details of this on my Etsy, and but for your information's sake, I will just give you the size, which is 4 and 1/4 in height, and it's 6 3/4 in width. And the width is very difficult to ascertain, because it constantly creates this waterfall effect, but I have taken the maximum that it can go. So this is 6 3/4, and it has just a second, it has around 28 pages and 24 pieces of ephemera. So that's that, and it has 3 charms, one lace charm, one beaded charm, and one over here, the metal charm. Okay, so 3 types of charm, and it's tied with organza ribbon. So let's move on to the next precious sister. So that I have named. So this one is called Enchanted Rose, and let's move on to the second sister. So this is also something which I've never done before. Now, I have never made a tag journal before, honestly, never ever, because as I always confess, I have very little background in crafting as such. Like, I have never made cards, I have never made mini albums. I just jumped into this journal making process, so I'm quite a newbie at this. But anyways, I thought I'd give this a try. So there are quite a few firsts in this journal. First is, I have never used a band like closure before in any of my journals, that's for sure, and I've never made a tag journal before. So this is actually a stretchy kind of lace that I have, and I made it into a band closure with a little bit of lace cluster and a charm attached to it. Now let me go through the charm. This is a metal brass sort of finish charm. This is an old earring I had, and I've lost the other part to this, so I thought I'm going to use this over here, and some pearls in the front just to create that focal point sort of thing. This is like a medallion, you can say, but it's not entirely so. And this can be taken off without any fuss, because as I said, this is a band like closure, so you have your closure like this. So this is quite a stretchy kind of band. Now this journal is a little bigger. It measures 6 inches by 6 inches, nearly a square, you can say. Other than the fact that it is not square, it has this tag kind of thing, and the front is somewhat different from the other one. This is a music paper that I have made into an envelope. Now this is like a wraparound envelope sort of thing, so it is on the front cover. Again, the layering concept comes into being, a smaller layer on top of a bigger one, so that it looks a little bit interesting. It's tied with, again, the same technique, 2-hole stitch, and I have used organza ribbon. It's tied at the bottom, not in the center. The previous one that I did show had its bow in the center. This one I did not add because there is going to be that stretchy band going through, so probably that's going to get squashed, so I didn't want that. So this is actually an envelope I made, a double envelope, you will see. So this is the back. These images are all freebies on the website of Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I'll put a link to all that below. And as I open this, there are some journal cards. So these are also freebies that you get on her website. So this goes in here. I have used lots of freebies in this one, and when I open this, this is a library card that I have used some embossed paper on, just to give it some interesting look. Some lace pocket, like a vintage looking lace. This is not vintage lace, by the way. And here is the front cover, the actual cover that you'll see once you open this envelope part up. So this is actually, it's not a closure of sorts, but it just adds a kind of weightage to the flap so that it stays down. Again, lots of layering. This is a freebie, and then these are from the kit itself, and I've layered them with lots of lace bits, fabric, pieces of fabric, corrugated cardboard, and stuff like that. So, and the cover itself is actually made from very thick cardstock, pattern paper, and then I have covered that with tulle fabric, which has embroidered flowers in it. I have used something like this before also, but I have only a tiny piece of this left, and I'm just hanging on to that. So lots of layering, lace layering, as you can see. And here what I've done is, since this is a tag, I have attached a little bit of a fabric, lace fabric, and then a little charm, just a pearl. And if you want, you can remove this. So this is the this is what you see when you open it. This is actually an altered envelope, window envelope. And Beautiful Blossoms is one of the paper that is included in this bundle, and this is just a fussy cut image that I have used from the Manor House Garden kit. Now this opens up. Let me show you. This opens up, and here is a journal card, just a scrap of paper that I had, cardstock, and I thought of using that. This goes in, and here on the front you have another journal card. So I've lined them with some cardstock pattern paper just to make them a little bit sturdy, and also, like, you have these lines you can write onto. So this goes in here, and when you open this, here is another pocket where you have some writing ephemera. And these writing ephemera, what I did was, first of all I inked them, stenciled them, and then I sprayed with water, so they have this beautiful coloration sort of thing. And the spine is actually reinforced with fabric, because I wanted to give it a little bit of strength. This is a page from the bundle kit. I think it's Enchanted Rose, the kit, I'm not sure. Here again I've created a pocket, but I've layered a lot of things. Some scrap cardstock pattern paper, some lace edging that I've done over here, and also some stenciling. I had these scraps left over and I just didn't have the heart to throw them away. I added them on the pages also. So this is a very old book page, and here I will show you, this is also is a freebie, and I have just layered these up, and I've used these tags a lot throughout the journal to create that tag journal kind of thing. You know, there are lots of tags in this tag journal. This is also a freebie, and I've just added some embossed, this is kind of baking paper, you can say, something of that sort, and I've added that. This is also from a cardstock pattern paper, and what I've done is this came in the kit. I've added that as a, you know, like a tab sort of thing with a little bit of lace, and when you turn this, you have a floating pocket with all these ephemera. These are all pattern paper that I had in my stash. This was in the kit, and I've attached that. Lots of stenciling and spraying and all sorts of effects, and the stenciling also turned out pretty good, and it went very well with the kit actually. So this is from the Manor House Garden, and some double tag, some vintage book page. So this is actually something like this. So I had this scrap and I used this. This is also a freebie. So made these tags from the papers, pattern, you know, the junk journal papers that came in the kit. Again, I've done a little bit of layering, stenciling, added scraps. So this actually I meant to make it into a not a full page. So again, this is a freebie. So is this. This is a page from Prima. So it is like this. This is a page from Manor House Garden. Lots of lace tabs, lace pockets. Here we have a journal, double journal card. If you want, you can cut them down. And again, I've stenciled and inked and, you know, sprayed on them sort of thing. This is actually a double pocket. So here is another pocket where I have not put in anything. If you want, you can put in. Again, some spraying and inking. This is a page from Edith Holden. And again, I've added some scraps. Scraps again, some stenciling, lace ruffle, lots of laces, all sorts of stenciling. There is plenty of scope for you to write, put down photos, and this is also a freebie. And here you have lace cluster sort of tabs. There are two like this. One is, the other one is like here. It has these small scraps. Again, some layering that I've done. These were, as I said, these were scraps that I was left with, and I didn't have the heart to throw them away. So I thought I'm going to use them in this way so that, you know, they sort of blend through the entire pages. Again, a tag pocket, as I said. This is also a freebie. So this came in the kit, and this was a freebie. Beautiful image. And these are pretty sturdy that I have made. You can write on them. These are actually cardstock papers. So not only did they add sturdiness, they made these cards double-sided. Again, I've done some layering. some stenciling and this embossed paper. Here again you can see a tag pocket, lace clusters that I have made. I hope you can see them. So like this is also a freebie. This is a whole sheet of freebie. Like I think it has around six tags. Yeah. This is again a coin pocket sort of thing, and just a scrap of, you know, cardstock pattern paper and this image. So it is just attached like this. Some vintage book page, again that script embossing, some embossed paper, and this is the end of the journal. Again a tag pocket with lots of layers. Just let me show you. So this is actually a double pocket. Here is a pocket on, let me show. So this is actually one pocket, and then I have put in another pocket where you have this card going in, and this is just some lace that I've added, some lace at the bottom, and at the back you can see it's covered with that tulle fabric, and this is the envelope. Some library card goes in. This closes up, this opens up, and you have another journal card. So this is also a freebie on her website. Please go and check her website. You'll find tons of resources, beautiful images that practically work with any kit that you're doing your journal in. So this is the second journal, tag journal, which I've named Manor House Gardens. And by the time you see this video, they are already listed in my shop. So if you are interested, you can follow the link given in the description box, and you can reach my Etsy store. So these are the two journals that I created from Manor House Garden kit. And thank you, Debbie Ann, for giving me this opportunity. It was really fun working on so many new things that I've never done before, and exploring my creativity again. Thank you everybody for watching this. Bye. Have a great day.